What's up, my guy?
Mike Money
What do?
under there, under right here.
That's what's up.
Hey man, look what your people did, man. See, I bought this from your people.
Who?
When he bought it, you gotta do the Greek stuff. See, it was hot when he I guess he took it off the press too hot and see.
You got that from my people?
Yeah,
Man, we get you exchanged out, man.
yeah, he did.
I'm gonna let him know.
It came in the mail and look at it.
Okay.
It was
We
too
get.
hot when he took it
I'm
off
gonna
the
let you know.
press.
I'll let him know. Get you exchanged out.
All right, man.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Heavenly Father, let us all bow our heads. Just take a moment just to thank you for this moment right now. Continue to bless the leadership of East Point and the citizens of East Point. Continue to make sure that we continue to focus on the greater good and do the best that we can. In Jesus' name we pray.
Tonight we have Sergeant of Arms, Lieutenant Vaughn. Thank you for your service, and thank you for our great East Point Police Department. I think I saw the chief is in here as well. So our presentations and announcements, Parks and Recreation, Deputy City Manager, and we have a presentation on the Parks and Recreation.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. We have Mr. Shalora Pinkett with our Parks and Recreation Director and Mr. John Anderson here this evening to present this particular recognition.
Good evening, Councilwoman Renee. Come a little thrown off, but I'm happy today to come up here and talk about a sport that's been near and dear to me. Basketball has done a lot of my life. When we started reshaping parks and recreation, the natural fit was to go through basketball. It's been on the ground for us now, going on 12, 13 years trying to reshape East Point basketball back to the way it was when I was a child growing up in East Point. Today I'm going to introduce a person you guys are super familiar with, is with DeJuan. He's my right-hand man on helping us kind of reshape and get basketball to where we have it now in East Point and where we stand actually in the state of Georgia. And I'm also going to introduce a young man, Joseph Smith. Joseph joined us right before COVID as a recreation leader, worked tirelessly to get to the position that he is now as the athletic coordinator. As the one that I like to say, we gave him the keys to a Bentley to run. We run a huge basketball program, and all of their hard work coming out of COVID, we're going to be introducing some young ladies that did an amazing job to represent the city of East Point in the state of Georgia, and I'm going to let them take it over from here.
Again, kind of share the same sentiments with you, Lord. It's an honor to stand before you today. Just a little bit about our bus in Parks and Rec right now. We've taken a vision of our director, Lord, to know that we can kind of parallel the idea of having academics with athletics. As you know, we've stood before you our last couple of times talking about our academics. So this time it's an honor to stand before you talking about our athletics. We're going to call some young girls up this year that participated in our program, that did some tremendous things, and I'm going to let JC introduce them to you.
Good evening, good evening. So once again, these young ladies participated in the GRPA state tournament. And they were able to participate in the tournament over a Friday and Saturday and win all of those games, including the championship game, to represent the city of East Point in multiple age divisions. So I'm gonna call off those young ladies. First, we have Giselle Lestich. Next, we have Brooklyn Day. Next, we have Riley Lewis. Peyton Day. Zoe. Anaya. Kennedy Harris. Lola Crutcher. Peyton Jefferson. Ashley Richburg. And Alana Buford.
One thing that JC didn't mention to you all, our 10U girls went down to uh, Dalton and won the state championship for 10U girls. And our 12U went down to Griffin and won the state championship for our girls. And our 14U went to Savannah and won the state championship for our girls. So we sent, give them a round of applause. So we took a 3-girl team to state, and all 3 of them won the state. At this time, I would like to ask their parents and coaches to please stand, because without them, it wouldn't be possible for them to be here today. So we just want to present to you in front of you all, let you all know that we are keeping forth with our vision. We want to make sure that we are crazy enough to believe that we can have an academic program and an athletic program that mirror one another in excellence within the city and the municipality. So we thank you all for taking the time. Thank you, ladies. Congratulations for winning. Congratulations on all the feats that you made this year. And thank you all again.
Yes, the one we may have, hold on just a second, we may have some moments from council. You want to say something? Ms. Councilwoman Gordon.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. I just want to say hearty congratulations to you. This is awesome. I mean, 3 championships, state championships at one time is awesome. Thank you, Director Pinkett. Thank you, Yolanda. Thank you, for all that you're doing. Thank you again, parents, because it takes a lot of sacrifice and time and commitment to make this happen. And I anticipate seeing each of you in the Final Fours in just a few years. I look forward to it. Congratulations and keep up the good work.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. Again, she pretty much summed it all up. Just congratulations to you ladies on all, like I said, all 3 age groups, all 3 different locations, and come out on top as state champions. It was awesome. And I do, each one of you ladies, I do look forward to seeing you all in the 3-on-3 basketball tournament that you're going to have this summer. So make sure you keep all that information current so we can have you ladies participate. But again, congratulations. Congratulations, parents. I mean, it's up to you. You guys are the ones that bring these young ladies out to these practices day in, day out, and still making sure that you know we're doing schoolwork, take care of business, doing those things we have to do. So again, congratulations to you young ladies and your parents as well. Councilwoman Robinson.
Yeah, what a fantastic moment right now. Great job to everyone. And I might miss a name, but if I remember correctly, Jaden, Brooklyn, Ryland, Patron, Zoe, Anaya, Kennedy, Lola, Petron, Ashley, and Alana. Great job to everyone. Great job.
Thank you. Let me say congratulations to each one of you. Continue to do a good job. Continue to follow your goals. Continue to be bright and shine as stars, and continue to do what you do. And thank you to the Park and Rec Director for your leadership in leading this team, these young ladies, to championships. Thank you.
So one thing, can we all take the city council members and the team, the coaches, take a real big picture? And I also want to say, you know, this is March Madness, and it's also Women's Month, right? So I'm saying, what a great way and honor to represent your city
so presentation from the Deputy City Manager, RWJF Cultural Health Prize, Communities Leading the Way.
Good evening again, Madam Mayor Pro Tem and council members. This particular application is an application for a prize that is administered by the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation, and it's the Robert Wood Johnson Foundation Culture of Health Prize. It's in conjunction with Health Resources in Action, which will also be managing the prize process for them. Health Resources in Action's mission is to help people live healthier lives and create healthy communities through prevention, health promotion, policy, and research. The prize is an award to communities and their partners, and they'll be able to decide how best to use the monies if awarded. The prize award is $250,000, which goes towards working towards health equities within communities such as ours. Some of the prizes that have been awarded to communities who address structural racism and other structural injustices in order to create conditions that advance health equity. Communities who are committed to sustainable policy, systems, environmental and cultural changes, and then communities who work alongside partners across sectors and elevating the expertise and solutions held by people with firsthand experiences of health inequities. There's no requirement for a vote by you all tonight. This is just for your information purposes to let you know that the city is going after the award, and the award would come in for 2024 cycle. And from what I understand, the application process is 3 months. The review process is approximately 2 months. So we should hear sometimes, I would suspect, near the end of this year, beginning of next year, if we are a recipient of the award. But the purpose is to address health inequities, health sustainability here in the city of Houston.
Thank you, Madam Deputy. All right, so next on the agenda is, we didn't approve the agenda. I apologize. Can I have a motion for the board? Is there anything on here that we can take to consider? Any items? Just a moment, because we didn't have to approve this one. Okay, good. Just want to make sure that we're, Councilmember Star, comments? I'm pulling out. All right, committee reports, so there any committee reports? Are there any, appointments at this time? I would like to make an appointment for the Bible Board, her name is Lamont James. F-A-L-A-H. Lamont James. It's a second. All those who approve, all those who oppose. Madam approval of the city council minutes.
I'd like to make a motion that we adopt the city council agenda.
Second.
It is, a motion has been made. Any opposed? Motion passed. Public hearings. Do we have any minutes? Oh, I'm sorry.
Madam
Hey,
Mayor,
wait a minute,
no, we just did the agenda.
okay. City council regular meeting minutes.
The council regular meetings is on March the 6th.
It's just been, a motion has just been made, and, second, how do we vote? Do we oppose? The amendment passed.
We have two public comments this evening.
Okay. All right. Chapter 2, Section 2-2202. The public may speak during public comment section of the agenda. Speakers must complete a comment from a form prior to the start of the meeting. The subject may include any subject of choice. There will be a 3-minute limit rule for each speaker. Speaker that has signed up to speak may give all or part of their time or 3 minutes to another speaker for a total of 6 minutes at any time. Speaker may address the council only once during the time of the agenda. Speaker must identify themselves in their address prior to speaking. Questions from the speaker may not be addressed during the public speaking section of the agenda. Each one resident will have priority over other speakers. There will be a total of not more than 60 minutes for the public speaking section of this agenda. Speakers may only address the presiding officer. Speakers shall observe all rules of the forum. No debate, no disrespect, or obscenity shall be tolerated. The presiding officer shall rule any such individual out of order that fails to comply with the rules. Madam City Clerk, you may call the first speaker.
Up first, we have Mr. Reggie.
Code enforcement, on Reggie Vickers, Mulberry Street. So much for anonymity. Uh, I don't know, I called the Margaret Dewberry and she has it's like watching paint dry, trying to get some action. This low hanging fruit, the code enforcement truck, they come through the neighborhood picking up paper, literally because of the speed. And it's like all of this stuff is like low hanging fruit. And when I asked Martha Dewberry about it, and that's because Yahoo answered the phone, she wants me to give them an address. But if they're not keeping up the yard, chances are they're not keeping up the address on the property. And all of this stuff. I mean, drive down the street and you'll see. And I need somebody with code enforcement with some accountability and something that has some teeth in it. It's just, why does Brookhaven and, Virginia Highlands get that and we get a chance to just trash the place? We're trying to make the neighborhood cutesy and live up to the mission statement. And that's the gist of what I had to say. We need to ramp up or give her early retirement or get somebody in there that's really enthusiastic about just trash and it's eyesores around there. Okay, and that's what I had. I'm done. So should I click this off?
Up next, we have Ms. Carrie Ziegler.
Good evening, my name is Carrie Ziegler. I live at 947 Parkside Terrace. I wanted to address the robocall that went out 2 weeks ago. I am not the one that sent that out. I had nothing to do with that. That is not who I am or what I stand for. If you receive that robocall, you need to make a complaint with the FCC. That website is https://consumercomplaints.fcc.gov. You have to make a complaint. This has to stop. Additionally, in listening to the public comments in the last meeting, there were several speakers that did not follow the rules of public comment. There were many homophobic comments that were said that night, and nothing was done to stop it. That goes against the rules of engagement for this portion of the agenda. We are supposed to be a city of civility designated by the GMA. We need to do better. And I was very disappointed in how that was handled. That's all I have to say.
Those are all the public comments we have for this evening.
Second. The consent agenda items, how do we vote? All those in favor, aye. Any nays? Motion passed. All right, so that takes us all the way to item number 14 on the agenda. Parks and Recreation. Madam Deputy.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, that actually is an item that the city attorney's office is working on for the East Point Exchange, along with Mr. Pinkett and the city manager's office. We're still currently working out the kinks in that, if you will.
You want us to pull
If you would pull it, please, and place it on
No
next,
problem. Do you want us to place it on the work session for next,
for April, please.
for April?
Thank you.
All right, we can do that.
I'm sorry, Attorney Williams, would that be the work session or the first meeting in April?
I would imagine work session would probably, well, no, the first meeting would be better. Yes,
Okay.
first meeting.
First meeting, okay.
Thank you.
And then Madam Mayor Pro Tem and Interim City Attorney, would that also apply to items number 15 and 16? It looks like all three of them are.
They go together, Madam Mayor Pro Tem and Deputy City Manager.
Question.
And so we'll be ready for the first meeting in April.
We just approved the agenda the way it was. Do we need to go back and redo it?
We will have to go back and I was just gonna say and reprove the
Yeah.
agenda
Yeah,
because
go
we've
back
made
and
changes.
redo
We
it.
used to make the changes at the beginning.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at it, everybody, just to make sure there's anything else on here that we may need to pull or to discuss at a later date.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion that we amend the agenda with the changes of pulling, what was the number?
14, 15,
14, 15, and 16, sending it to April 3rd work session, April 3rd council meeting.
Do we have a second on that? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, the ayes have it. All right, so that's great. So let's go on to item number 17, and this is from the police department. Is the chief available?
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, we have Chief Buchanan, who will come forward this evening to speak to you about the possible 4-year contract with Fuchsia's in the amount of $75,000 beginning in FY 2.
Madam Mayor,
Yes.
I want to open the floor for discussion and possible action.
Thank you for the motion. Do we have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Thank you. The ayes have it. Floor is open. Thank you.
Good evening, council, interim mayor, hope it's the right title, city attorney, and everyone. My name is Chief Sean Buchanan, East Point Police Department, and we're here to discuss fuses. This is Jim Price, who retired from the police department. He's also a consultant with fuses. He's going to give you a quick demonstration exactly what it is and how it operates. I advise you that it's the proprietary software that allows anyone's camera, with the exception of Ring camera, to be integrated in one system, where we can look at businesses, also our own in-house cameras. So, turn over to Jim, give a quick demonstration, 5-minute demonstration.
Okay, thanks, Chief. Thanks, welcome, thanks for having me come in. And real quick, I'm just gonna start talking about what Fusus is. So Fusus is a Georgia-based company. We're located in Peachtree Corner. We're about 3 years old. The purpose of Fusus was to come together and start fusing the relationships between law enforcement and the communities that they serve. And how do we do that? So right now, we got over 60 integrated public safety technologies that we're able to integrate into a platform. So unless you put everything in one place, so instead of the police department having to sit there and say, hey, I want to see these cameras, I want to see my license plate readers, I want to know where my patrol cars are, I want to know what active calls for service. Everything's on one screen. So our software makes them able to do that. Right now, we're up and running in 16 agencies in Georgia. There's a current grant that's going on that we're waiting on another 14 agencies, and East Point has also tried to get in on that grant. So we're going to have over 30 agencies in Georgia by the end of the year. The big thing with that is our mutual aid platform allows for all these agencies to share everything they have on cameras within each one of the additional calls. So you all would have access to Fulton PD, Fulton Sheriff, Atlanta PD. We're about to get South Fulton, College Park's working on it. You've got Clayton PD, Henry PD, DeKalb PD, Fairburn. So all of those agencies can share their cameras with no additional cost to you. So what you're paying for, we can quadruple easily the number of cameras that you get for the same price. And again, the biggest part we talk about is our community engagement. And how we do that is with the platform. You can go to a website that allows your citizens to register cameras and say, hey, I have a camera in my house. If you ever have an incident in my neighborhood, let me know. Allows the police to go in on the map and they can see where all these cameras are. So as they're actually responding to an incident, somebody could be at the platform and send an email, go, we just had an incident in your neighborhood. Can you check your cameras and send me what you have? And it gives them the direct link they can send right back. The next part of that part is the community, the businesses that have cameras can actually live share their outside cameras with the police. So what that means is they get a call for service on Main Street up here. All those businesses that are sharing, they will have access to live cameras. So if somebody's robbing somebody, say they're running the bar, they can click camera to camera, find these folks on the camera and track them as they're actually moving in real time. So that's the part of doing that. What I'm gonna do is jump out of that. I'm gonna go into our live platform. So this is what they would see. All these icons are where cameras are located. What I'm gonna do just for demo is I'm gonna jump to a location in Minneapolis. That's the home of the Vikings. We're not going to go there for right now. Let's go right to these cameras right here. And I'm going to go in. We just had an incident, say, that happened on 6th Street. So I'm going to go in here and highlight these cameras along 6th Street. And I'm going to pull them up. And what I'm going to do is go into search detections. And this is our artificial intelligence side of what we can do with our cameras. So we're going to say we just had an incident. We're looking for somebody. The 911 call said, individual just came in, they snatched a briefcase and they're running down the street. They had a red top on and they're wearing black pants. Now this is real time. This is going through your internet, real time. I'm searching for those cameras. There we go. So we got 10 results. You got a little bit of red coming in there, but we're going to start seeing a red jacket, black pants. So the other descriptors that we got in this call was he had a white ball cap on and he was walking towards the buses. So you can see we got a white ball cap, red jacket, black pants. So now what I'm going to do is open this up and I'm going to look at this image in real time. So I want to go view a clip. So as this call just went out for service and I've got officers responding, now I'm looking in real time at where my suspect may be and where they came from. So I'm going to view the clip. It's going to show me about 13, 15 seconds before that person walked into the camera. And it's going to show me where they came from and where they went. So we should see them, according to that video, come in from right here. So I know he came from that side of the street. Let's see where they go. Does he interact with anybody else? So it looks like he's going to walk right up to the bus stop. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to slide back just a little bit. I'm going to get my best image. I'm going to do a screenshot. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly isolate this. I'm going to cut it, and then I'm going to share it. So what I've just done is every officer in the department will have these features on their cell phones if they authorize it, their MDTs in their cars, and the laptops in the building. So I share that image directly to every officer. And we saw how quick this was. This was 30 seconds that I able to isolate an image based on all the descriptors. So what we see now is officers are out there, they get a description of somebody, it's generally a little vague, but if we can narrow that down a little bit more, when we're sharing that live image, now when your officers are going out there, the chance of them finding the right person faster has just blown up. So the negativity we see a lot in law enforcement is where, why are you stopping me? I fit a description. What do I fit that you're stopping me? So you get a lot of negative publicity out of that. The cops are doing everything right. There's just too many people wearing the same clothes. But if I can isolate that down quicker and faster, the chances of us finding the right person and finding them faster, we solve that problem. So, any questions?
Councilwoman Gordon.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. I don't have a question so much as I just want to say I really like this.
Thank you.
You know, it's funny, I was reading an article this afternoon about an incident that happened in Tuscaloosa, University of Alabama. And today in the article, they're talking about how miscellaneous camera footage is coming to light. And if they had a software like this, I think some of that circumstance would be a lot different today. But I like this a lot. I really do.
The city of Tuscaloosa uses us, not the school yet, but we're getting there.
Time.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. First question is to Police Chief and then follow up here. Right now, what do we use now when we say we're doing a multi-jurisdictional investigation or something, Hateville, say College Park, what are we using now that's different from this service?
So we don't have this system right here, and our cameras do not do this. So we're looking at changing all our cameras out. I spoke with City Attorney Williams, but this, like the cameras don't do it. The system allows the cameras to do these things right here. So when we're working with other agencies right now, I don't think Hateville has fuses. So we have to ask them, do you have these things? And they can look for it, but it takes a long time. And what he was speaking about, like Atlanta has this system. So if a person left us and went to Atlanta and said, we know they went down the low drive, I can say, pull your cameras up on the low. We share information and we can track and look for the same person in Atlanta quickly, seamlessly.
I see it does help collapse time. So follow-up question with you and our chief. So when this works, is that somebody inside our department is sending the pictures out to everyone else? So that's an admin in-house training person?
Oh, yes, it is. Yes.
And we provide all the training, all the service, everything we provide at no additional cost to the situation.
And how long has your company been in existence? Or this company, how long has this company been in existence?
We are coming up on 3 years, and we have now become the largest company in the world doing this.
I yield.
We opened an office in the UK this week.
Okay. Sounds good. I yield, Madam Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. My question is about, you mentioned the ring cameras are not compatible with the system. Do you have a way of someone owns a ring camera that they can upload video to the system to be included in the investigation?
So right now, we have a way for people to upload their Ring videos to us personally. Fuses, I know, is working with Ring because we've had some security issues. They just block everybody out. But if a person has a Ring camera, they can still upload it to us through our other systems.
And they can join the registry and do the same thing. Ring's just a closed network. They don't allow anybody to.
Thank you for commenting about they can still register.
Yep, they can be part of your registry, which will be that dot on the map that shows there's an icon camera. So if an incident happens, they'll have direct knowledge that that camera's already there, and they send a direct email. So what will happen is, if, say the neighborhood back here, we had an incident, and you've got 10 registered cameras. You just go into the map, draw a circle around all of them at one time. Hey, between 1 and 2 today, we had an incident that occurred involving a red passenger car. Can you send me any video that you may have? And there's a link in that email. All they do is download it, click the link, and it goes back to the detective or officer that asked for it. Instead of having to go to each house and knock on the door and say, do you have something?
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. So, well, that was a question I had about the Ring program. So basically what you guys have, it's a software packet. And it is pretty much, it's uploaded into our system, so it works with our existing cameras, all the cameras that we have now, correct?
Yes.
And we just say it'll just be just someone, I guess, in our 911 dispatch that would be.
So a couple of things. It will also have the officers can go on their phone. They have an app. So we're responding to a call. Our dispatch is what we want to make sure they do it first. But my goal is to have where officers can just pull it up very quickly. Just in case it's busy, they can just pull it up themselves. Also, we opened up a crime center once we get this. So we'll have somebody there doing, especially our busy hours, monitoring the system so they can work with our dispatch and just make it easy for officers.
Okay, and then what we're gonna do is, it's optimal to have it on DVTs and then on all the police cars, so they'll be separate, or just all of them.
Yes.
Okay. So,
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I'd like to make a motion that we approve.
Aye.
And thank you all very much.
Thank y'all very much for allowing me to come in.
I asked the same thing.
It's still privately owned at this point. It's owned by a group of investors, but as we're growing as fast as we are, it probably won't last much longer that way. We're in Peachtree Corners in Gwinnett County. Excuse me. I think one or two of them is, Axon Corporation just bought into us real big last year. So they're out in Arizona, but Axon's your body cam and taser providers. So kind of gives you an idea that we're probably going to be public before too long. So,
Thank you all.
thank you.
Madam Mayor, I would like to make a motion that we open the floor for discussion and possible action.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and Council. Again, we have Melissa Echeverria, who is the Water Resources Director. She will be giving us an update on how we are actually using funds that have been collected under the municipal option sales tax that East Corners voted on last election cycle. And actually she'll be discussing projects for items number 18, 19, and 20, which are using those funds.
Good evening, Mayor Pro Tem and council members. Right, so we have a lot of projects underway in the city of East Point. Great things are happening. So first, I would love to just take this opportunity to thank residents, you all, and the mayor for just helping us get that municipal option sales tax passed. That again, we are estimating a total of $30 million in 5 years for water, sewer, and stormwater infrastructure. We also at this time have GFA projects underway. So I wanted to kind of explain the projects that we have underway, the funding source, and where those projects will be happening. All right, so 2 years ago, we applied for $5.4 million in GFA funding. Money was released to us this past fall. We have $1.4 million dedicated to the Ben Hill Reservoir. We have 15 to 20 years of deferred maintenance on that dam. And the goal here is to definitely make sure we pass Georgia EPD compliance and make sure that the dam is also insurable by the city of East Point. Mayor and council passed that. So right now we have contractors on site conducting the survey. We will submit designs to be approved by EPD and hopefully and I'm just Again, 30 minutes. Lexington Avenue, and then we're also $700 set aside for evaluation survey, and that will be city. We will start in different wards A, B, C, D, where we have sewer lines crossing perpendicular to our watershed. To make sure that we're not out of compliance, and that we're not having excessive overflow on our watershed. Federal funding. Been busy. So, again, not by myself at all, Shaquita Brown plays a major role in the supplying of federal funding. We were awarded the funding, however, we have to go to this and have to go to NEPA, environmental concerns, now, but again, we have some great impact and I'm excited. I would love to go down and in that process, they'll be televised, won't be photos and videos, but we can track things that we the growth here is. Yes. First of all, before you always been the one first, then come back and take the role after. So, wondering if streets going to get paid first, with upgrade. Yes, we're gonna look at both, so even though we know that the water lines are given, we have companies, you may see some surveys. If they're telling me that that sewer line is looking kind of iffy and may not make it 10 years, go ahead and do it, because it makes no sense. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say, it's a good thing. So, I notices, here, yes, we're preparing a municipal option sales tax brochure that will actually go in the utility bill. But also we'll do social media posts, but definitely want to make sure we get it. We're producing photos and pictures from the existing water line, and then we'll have a question and answer section. that's the list that's governing everything. So we went to GIFA for requesting funds. Most of those projects are coming. Those are what I call opportunity centers, bad, signs, everything, like, definitely with the most. Everybody opposed? All right, so, next up is public works. Is there a motion to open the floor? Madam Mayor, yes, I'd like to make a motion that we, discuss the possible action for item number. A motion has been made, properly second, how do we vote? Are there any opposed? Ayes have it. And we have Jeffrey Reed, Public Works Director, to discuss the additional services that are required for this.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This item number 21 we present to you for approval for the procurement of construction engineering inspection and construction of the T-Spots project. Project out circle realignment. Vendor is Southeastern Engineer for a total cost of $96,120. T-Spots funding. This is an inspection that we had to come back and add to our project based on our T-Spots requirement. We are required to have inspections done in this area again, and that is near a wetland as well. Soil testing and testing from this company.
Is there a motion on this item? Motion has been properly made, and second, how do we vote? All those in favor, aye, any opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
All right, number 22, city manager contract and procurement.
Yes, we have Angela Black, senior planner.
Can I get a motion from the board?
Madam Mayor Pro Tem? Yes, I'd like to make a motion that we open the floor for discussion and possible action.
The motion has been made properly, is there a second? How do we vote? All in favor? All opposed? Ayes have it.
Good evening, again, we have Angela Black, senior planner, and Yolanda Broom, contracts and procurement director, for us tonight to discuss the results of RFP. Good evening, Madam Mayor, Pro Tem, and members of council. I stand before you this evening requesting approval of Mosaic Community Planning as the selected consultant and contract in the amount of $57,500 for the housing needs assessment, market study, and neighborhood revitalization plan, and associated contract, again, in the amount of $57,500. Just to give you some historical context on why we applied for this RFP. This was as a result of the housing market crash, foreclosure and predatory lending practices within the city of East Point. We experienced an increase in vacant and blighted properties. While the problem of blighted housing affects the entire city population.
No, what was you about to say?
Initial findings show that the greatest concentrations of abandoned
That's
properties
because they're not
are in the
speaking up.
neighborhoods.
Yeah, let me check it.
And Center.
Yeah, I'll check it in a speech.
To identify a range of implementation tools and strategies to further
the overall goal of providing a variety of housing
I'm
opportunities
checking this.
for all the
Make
residents of the area. An RFP is advertised seeking a consultant to develop a housing assessment, market study, and revitalization neighborhood plan for these communities. The purpose of the plan is to analyze the housing stock that housing opportunities are provided for households of all types, ages, and income levels. The plan will help the city agencies, housing providers, housing developers, nonprofit organizations, and decision makers develop a better understanding of the existing housing market and update intervention strategies, including land use and zoning decisions, and encourage housing development projects that meet both market demand and community priorities. The City of East Point advertised the RFP in the South Fulton Neighbor newspaper on January 18, 2023. A pre-proposal conference took place on January 26, 2023. Proposals were due on February 23rd, 2023. There were 5 submissions received and evaluated, of which Mosaic Community Planning received the highest score. Staff anticipates the project to begin in April 2023, and the duration of the project is approximately 10 months. Thank you, and I'm open to any questions that you may have. Answer from Councilman Robert.
I'm checking.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Wait, good. And you actually answered one of my questions. So we just focus on residential, that's right, so not commercial, and also when you have basic land. How do we, is that included as well? We're focused on housing, particularly residential. However, the revitalization plans will address the totality of the communities. It could suggest commercial, or what we can also do with the vacant properties that are in those communities. So it is our hopes that they will come back with suggestions. And again, the community will be very much involved in this plan from beginning to end.
This sounds very exciting. The city needs that. I think we're waiting for that. We can use this information in so many different areas. So I yield, Madam Mayor Pro Tem.
I think you actually just answered my question, which was how would the residents be involved in this revitalization? And you mentioned you would get input from the community.
That's correct. One of the things when evaluating the application or the proposal that came forth for me was how they address community engagement. That for me is very important, that the neighbors have an opportunity to be involved in this entire format. So yes, the community will be involved from beginning to end. As it stands right now, if Mosaic is selected, they will do a kickoff meeting, a public meeting, kind of identifying themselves. And from there, throughout the course of the process, they will involve not only the steering committee, also members of council, and again, especially the members of those neighborhoods.
Madam Mayor, I make the motion that we approve the contract for Mosaic Community Planning in the dollar amount of $57,500.
It is properly a motion has been made properly in a second. How do we vote? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Ayes have it. Thank you so much for this great work, much needed in our communities. All right, so we are down to the end of our agenda. We're down for our comments from council. All right, so.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. 1 hour. Congratulations. Um, I just want to first of all thank everyone who came. I want to again congratulate the girls in our on our basketball teams with great accomplishments. Very quickly, I just want to say thank you to everyone who came out to our Silver Thursday breakfast. Councilmember Butler and I hosted. It was really great and informative and a great way for our senior community to connect and gain resources. And thank Councilmember Cummings for showing up as well. I also want to thank everyone who came out yesterday for our Sunday service food bank volunteer event yesterday. It was really, really fun. We had a great turnout and we were able to process or handle 5,000, just over 5,800 pounds of food yesterday. And so that was a great accomplishment. Everyone had a great time and look forward to doing it again. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I just want to send a huge thank you to everyone who participated in the Ward B neighborhood cleanup. We had over 67 volunteers. We've concentrated on over 30 streets in the neighborhoods in Ward B. With Tri-Cities Chef Williams, who provided muffins and cinnamon rolls to the volunteers. Public Works was extremely involved in this project. Sanitation as well. They don't work on Saturday, but that Saturday they chose to come out and assist. Charles Moore, Reginald Vinson, Gary Russell, Brian Robertson, Jorge Vendavinos, Roberto Laguna also came out and assisted with just the trash pickup. We had several opportunities to pick up trash, litter. They actually were riding around collecting all the bags and making sure that the residents had somewhere to place the trash. We also had members from Phi Beta Sigma, Lambda Sigma chapter participating, concentrating in River Park. Big help. A lot of the brothers from that organization was there helping with litter. The brothers from Omega Psi Phi PKK chapter concentrated mainly in East Washington. We had a lot of volunteers. Councilmember Karen Renee and myself are just very thankful for everyone that came out. State Representative Tanya Miller also showed up and helped assisted with picking up litter. Ernest Boston, representative from Nikema Williams' office, was there as well. So it was well attended. We want our East Point to continue to stay beautiful, and a way that we can do that is working collaboratively with everyone working in the city, also the residents as well. Also, we want to thank interim attorney Weems, who helped facilitate the town hall meeting that Councilmember Karen Renee and I organized for residents to come and ask questions, legal questions about code enforcement. Got a lot of great feedback about how that went. We plan to have more going forward. So thanks again, and also to Parks and Recreation. We have top-notch staff here, and I think it's a testament to the great job that the girls did. Had an opportunity to talk to them earlier today, and they were very happy that they had taken home the championship. And just want to thank our great city workers. You guys are amazing. Just keep up with the good work. And of course, to Melissa Echeverra. I know I messed that up, but I tried. Thank you for the work that you also do, water and sewer.
You finished? You finished? Oh, okay. Long in the meeting.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. First of all, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out and attending the meeting today. And again, thank you, Jesus, 1 hour, not bad at all. Mr. Vickers, we did hear your concerns, so we will definitely make sure that we follow through to see what we can do to resolve some of those issues with the trash and those things that are on Mulberry Street, correct?
It's Ward A. Mulberry Street is Ward A.
Okay. Okay. Okay, but I'll talk with you a little bit offline for that. Also, again, want to congratulate the girls basketball team. Just an outstanding job from the members from our Parks and Rec division.
did a great job with that. I also like to congratulate our newest firefighter recruits. They went from recruits to rookies. They had their graduation. Attorney Weems was the guest speaker there, but we ended up, we have 8 new rookies. Well, they went from recruits to our rookies. We also had some promotions as well. We had our fire apparatus operators that were promoted, 3 lieutenants and 1 battalion chief. I think was it 8 the drivers, I don't remember, oh, so it was 8 as well, but congratulations to all of those people. We expect definitely great things from them, so continue to keep up with the good work with regards to that. And also, I want to let everyone know about, let's see here, I just got, on Saturday, April 8th, at the John D. Milner Sports Complex, the address is 3009 Randall Street, we're gonna have an Easter egg hunt. Parks and Rec is putting it on. It's gonna be at 11 o'clock. Age groups are gonna be from 3 to 12, and it's also gonna be the kickoff for the baseball season. So they're gonna have food, the bounce house, a DJ, and an Easter egg hunt. So inviting everybody to come out and attend that event. And also in recognition of April as our Jazz Appreciation Month, and aligning ourselves with the city's strategic plan in support of the arts, along with recommendations that we have had from our residents. I'd like to invite everybody out to East Point's Blankets and Baskets Jazz and Blues concert on the lawn. I'm at City Hall. It's going to be Sunday, April 23rd, from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. So the all day jazz and blues, nice, smooth, easy listening. We'll be featuring our local jazz and blues artists along with 2 of our South Fulton High School bands. It's going to have Tri-Cities and Westlake High School's jazz bands that will be performing as well. So we're asking everybody to come out and bring your own basket of goodies and favorites and your favorite blanket. There's going to be a $5 entry fee for this event. Tickets will be purchased via Eventbrite. There's no cash that'll be taken at the door. The event has been approved by the city manager's office under our public arts division. So again, invite everybody to come out to a day of smooth jazz and heartfelt blues in the Point. Thank you. It's going to be on the 23rd of April from 12 to 8.
Thank you. And thank you for your comment to the resident on Mulberry, which is in Ward A. Um, I've complained several times about code enforcement not being in that area constantly. Um, so I'm gonna defer to, and I don't see the police chief, but I'm sure, Madam City Manager, you can get an update because I've always said, there's no visibility from code enforcement. There's too many violations going on. I live next door to a violation. So, and I know what Mulberry, Pinehurst, and Penrose look like. So, if we can get a follow-up on that as to where we are and when someone will be in the area to enforce the code. So, and and also I want to make an announcement that there will be no food distribution on Wednesday because the food bank will not be open. So there will be no food distribution on Wednesday at Jefferson Park Recreation Center. It will resume the following Wednesday, which is on the 29th. So there will be no food distribution on this Wednesday. It will resume on the 29th at Jefferson Park Recreation Center. And I believe that's all that I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Mayor Pro Tem. To the gentleman from Mulberry, if you wait after the meeting, I'll be more than happy to converse with you. Okay, sir? I heard you loud and clear. Also, I want to highlight, I think I went to the Georgia Minority Business Associate event, and I walked in. Our economic director, Maceo Rogers, was getting an award, so I want to lift him up. He's been doing a lot of great work, but I didn't realize he was getting an award, so I was happy that I made that effort to show up, and kudos to him. Also, to the Shannon Wiggins, who just left, we just want to send best regards to her. She did a phenomenal job while she was here. She will be missed. Coming up, we had a Love Thy Neighbor pop up. First, Trisha, happy belated birthday. Hers was on St. Patrick's Day, and Councilwoman Shropshire, myself, and the mayor had a little gathering at the Oz Pizza for Miss Davis. So thank you so much. That's one of our legacy residents. It was a phenomenal blast, just old school fun. So thank you for that. It was great. May coming up in April, the Community Green Team, A Breath of Fresh Air 2.0 at Conley Nature Trail. We're going to have a nature walk. We're going to walk the trail, and then we're going to come outside of the trail and we're going to have an eco wellness art party. We're going to just paint nature. So that is free. Everything's going to be supplied. We're going to have some fruit and juice. Please come on out at April 1st. Community Green Team meet up at Connolly Nature Trail, which is in Ward A. Yard of the month this month went in Ward A went to Scott Trammell. Great job. Get those yards right. I'll be around. We'll be around to make sure that we will acknowledge you. Special thanks for Home Depot for providing a $50 gift card, and we're happy about that. Last week, we gave $1,000 to Conley Hills Elementary School. What I failed to mention, those shoes, close to 2,000 shoes, went to Haiti. They have been delivered. So we are right now, there's people walking around in Haiti with shoes that came from East Point, and that's a really phenomenal story. And then Conley did get the check. So we truly deliver, and I'm so happy about that. I yield, Madam Mayor Pro Tem.
Guys, all right, so that's the end of council comment. Let's see, do we have any executive session items?
Nothing from legal.
Not from legal? Any personnel, any from any of the council members, executive session items? Okay, all right, can I have a motion to adjourn?
No, that's not the right way. Councilmember Cook say, Madam Mayor Pro Temp.
Okay. Josh, you gotta do it right.
After the skirt of the business has been done, I make the motion, Mayor, that we adjourn.
Okay, it has been properly, okay. I think we're doing okay. Okay, so it has been, a motion has been properly made and second. All those in favor? All those opposed? All right, good night, East Point. All right.